listen up. 2 words you should know. Benny's Beer Hall. That's right, Benny's Beer Hall is coming soon. Located in downtown Millington, Benny's Beer Hall is the newest spot to grab a cold craft beer, watch the big game, and hang with friends. Benny's Beer Hall will feature 16 beers on tap using the Nordic Tap draft system. TVs throughout the beer hall guarantee you'll be watching the game that you want. And if you're hungry, Benny's will feature some of the area's top food trucks and local carry-out cuisine. Benny's Beer Hall, coming this fall in downtown Millington. We'll see you at Benny's. Growth. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of D's Sweet Nation. I am always, as always, Dan Hutchinson. This large wannabe heel to my left is Ray Ascencio. Today's guest is a special guest. You may know him as Coach Ferris. You may know him as Pat. You may know him as lead singer of a band of the same name, Rev Right Time, and the first Cuzins of Funk, Mr. Pat Ferris. Welcome, Pat.
Welcome,
doing,
sir.
Man? Once upon a time called right now. Rev Right Time. Right.
So, okay, let's get into, is it Rev or Reverend Right Time?
I like Rev, man. If I showed up at a club and they spelt the name, I'd throw all the letters in the street, man. It's R-E-V.
Okay.
Rev.
And
Okay.
Cousins is C-U-Z-I-N-S. I'd throw those out too. So, and I like to go by Rev Pat. I don't like Saturday Night Live kind of messed that up, you know. It's Pat.
Pat, it's Pat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm Ferris, man, or Rev. So
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, man. Remember they had a skit called It's Pat? And
Yeah.
it was
That's his show.
Either a girl or a guy.
Yeah, it was a character that you didn't know. I'm forgetting the word for it, but you didn't know if it was a character, if it was a male or female.
Kind of had man.
You were on that. You were on Saturday Night
No,
Live.
but Pat, the name ruined that for me. So
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
I'm not doing Pat, man. So
Okay.
just mom can call me Pat.
Okay, between like me, Dan, and Ben, I'm of the minority. I can't say I never heard of the band. The name kind of rang a bell.
Okay.
Where did this band start? How did you start? And who were your bandmates when you first started?
God, man, there's so many. Troy Miles from high school was the main guy. He was in band. You know, and I was one of those dudes that just looked cool. I had long hair back then, you know, and kind of had that thing. Modeling and stuff like that, you know, it's kind of weird. So I had it, the gab anyways. And we go to condos every weekend, sneak in and see bands like Jeff Blando's in, who's in Slaughter now. Jeff Blando's probably our big superstar since Grand Funk Railroad. But yeah, just Reverend Right Time. We just got together, some guys from Millington and Lakeville. We all, you know, had dreams just like anybody and chased after them. So, and we worked hard at it, man. And I learned real quick it's about promotion, though. Just everything's promotion. Because the ultimate goal is to get a record contract. So if you're not getting a record contract, pretend like you have one and create a separate company and call it your record company and be that record contract, you know.
What instrument did you play?
I started playing piano, and of course, keyboards were
played the
gay.
piano?
They were gay, you know. I had a keyboard,
That's not.
stuff, long hair.
I like it. That's my favorite instrument. I don't know how to play nothing, but
You had a guitar?
Yeah, guitar. And You Ready for the World would rent it every time they came to town, too. They were from town, but they rent my guitar because I was one of 2 people that had one in Flint. So,
Did you have the keyboard tie, too?
no, but I probably would have worn it. I had the spandex still. There was zebra skinners.
Yeah.
Bad, man. So,
The Zubaz painters.
You guys are taking me back, man.
so you played a piano guitar.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
you
called
hold
a
the chord with
guitar.
the left hand and then play the solo with the right hand. It was throw your hair around. You know?
Yeah, I apologize if I'm musically impaired. I told you I have a lot of questions. I'm not
you're
as far
fine,
as
man.
hard rock
Hey.
or metal or George Clinton music.
Not everybody's
I
got
got
to
questions.
that
I'm
point.
more of a hip hop guy. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to ask.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. You know, all music's kind of around the same blues base anyways, man. But just we were heavy metal. We started out. It was the 80s. Everybody wanted to be White Snake, you know. And then a band come into town. It was Mark Farner's son.
Mark Farner, Grand Funk.
It was called General Cluster Funk. And they were more blues, but they had a singer, Joey Boone, who was in DC Drive from Detroit. And they were funky. And I was like, wow, this is really, really cool, man. If we added horns to this, we could just take over, you know, because nobody was doing it. Everybody's doing Pearl Jam. Everybody pressed at that time, you know, dirty hair and flannel shirts and combat boots and stunk, you know, and here we come out disco, polyester, you know, but we had dreadlocks. So we had a cool look like the Chili Peppers, but we had that 70s disco sound, and we just targeted every college market in the country. It was cool, man. It was brilliant.
Who got most of the pussy in your band?
Oh God, dude, there was so much, man. You could sometimes you could get 3 in a single night without a shower. It was that.
I wish that I would have played music. If I could go back in time, I would have never played any sports.
It was right.
I'd have played the guitar.
I think the sports played a good role in everybody's life because you learn that discipline, man. If you want to be the best, work the hardest, and I had that discipline. I ran that band. I was Rev Right Time, and I cracked the whip. And a lot of those musicians, man, they didn't know how to take that, 2-a-days or get there 10 minutes earlier on time type stuff, man. And then I think that carried us a long way. Those guys are good. The original group was, we fought it out. And then eventually we had kids and stuff changes, you got responsibilities. Me too. Yeah. My son scored his first touchdown. I was in Houghton Lake doing Bud Bash or something they do. Something like that.
I've heard of that.
And I missed his first touchdown. He's 8 years old. It was a night game. And I'm like, wow, this will never happen again because that's priceless. I can't get that back. I could play any barn, any gig for chicks in bikinis like for the rest of my life, I guess. But, yeah. Sorry.
So
guys, I don't shut up, man. You're going to have to cut me out, man.
So what instrument gets the least amount of tail?
See, they say bass guitar, but not in a funk band. Bass player is the guy in a funk band. A guitar player in a funk band is just going waka, waka, waka and jazz chords. But, God, maybe keyboards. Especially a keyboard or keyboard.
The guitar player.
Exactly. That guy's not getting none, So, yeah. And we had our first, they had homeboys at Contos. It was on a Monday night, and we were in high school, and we got a call from Keith Jennings. He's a legend. Keith Jennings, pretty much runs Flint Music. And we got to do homeboys on a Monday night, and we were just kids in high school, and we were scared to death, but it was cool. And then we started to build our confidence up, and our goals were to open for bands later in the week and eventually get a weekend. And it took a long time to get there. I think I was 23 if I finally had my own weekend at Contos.
Is Keith Jennings related to Wayland Jennings?
No, I don't think so, but he's a cool guy. No,
just a little musical humor. Are you impressed with that musical knowledge, the Dukes of Hazzard?
Absolutely, man. I like it all. So, as long as it's good. So, yeah. All music is an emotion, man. If you feel it, it's good. It could be a rap, that's my rap. You're feeling it driving down the road, or if it's country, you're like, I want to get out and twang. You just got to feel it. You got to sell that emotion. You got the song, the ballad. If it touches you the way you feel about a girl, you're like, oh, God, I miss her. That's the whole key. Just sell that emotion. It was hard to sell emotions in funk because funk is just a fun music. I couldn't be deep, but it was fun. We were choreographed. Everybody moved together. It was just fun. The party was coming, man. The disco party. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, a lot of emotions involved in music. There's still songs today that you. It's funny how you can hear a song, and it triggers a certain time in your life or a memory.
Sure,
it reminds you of a girl or
You know what, man?
It relates to something going on in your life. Music it connects directly to your emotions.
The Cats in the Cradle, man. I had to take my son down to Fort Wayne because he went away. And I was a helicopter.
Is that Cat
parent.
Stevens?
Cats in the Cradle with Harry Chapin. It's Cats in the Cradle in the sea.
Okay.
Yeah, my child arrived just the other day.
Brent Henson sings that song.
Yeah.
I'm driving him to college and he comes out. He don't know. He's bored. He's looking out the window. And it just hit home so bad, man. I was teary-eyed. Hard to breathe over there, and he didn't know what was going on. And I didn't let it lead on either. But I'm like, oh, my God, this song is just so what's going on right now for this ride, man. Because, you get out of Flint, the radio stations ain't yours anymore, so you just seek. And there it was, man. It was kind of weird. It was a moment, like in a movie.
The keytar, is that what you called it? The keytar?
Yeah,
keytar.
Who are some notable famous people that someone like me would know, like famous people that have played the keytar?
Are there famous guitar players?
The only guitar that comes to mind is when Michael Anthony had that, I think it was a Jack Daniels bottle in that Panama video.
Yeah,
that's only kind of weird. Not weird. I thought that was kind of cool, man.
Oh, yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it's a bass guitar.
I don't know if I've ever seen a keytar. I don't know if I...
You've seen it, but
have I seen it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you've watched some of the old TV shows from the '90s, maybe
or the '80s. '80s was a big thing.
90s,
yeah.
Movies. You've probably seen them, but you just now watch. We talk about it. Now you'll be watching TV this weekend or something, and we watch some old movie, and it'll probably be like, oh,
usually how it works
there's a keytar.
It's not cool.
Oh, it's not cool.
It was Milli Vanilli around that time when people were kind of really faking it. So they're wearing this thing just so they're on stage wearing something. And I'll be honest, I was doing the same thing. I was kind of holding the cord and throwing my hair, But I was waiting for my chance to sing. And then once I got to sing, it was done. I was Rev Right Time.
Yeah. Now, Milli Vanilli, hold on now. I don't know who the fuck was singing their music, but I thought the music was good, even though they weren't singing it. Whoever the hell was singing it.
The whole package deal worked, man.
Yeah, but that's the
Leave
problem.
them alone.
That's the problem. They weren't singing it. It was somebody else singing it, right?
From Detroit, actually.
Yeah, were they?
Detroit singers, unknown studio singers. Yeah, man.
When was the last time you've been in the machine shop? Rather performing or just in attendance? I've never been there.
Oh, it's great, man. It's a hard room to make it sound good, but John Tanner and those guys work at it real hard because it's got cement blocks and metal ceilings. It's hard to get a good sound in there, so it sounds like it's coming out of a can, but they got it down. They've been closed for the whole COVID season, so they're just open now. So probably just before they closed, because the whole world fell apart then. Remember, it was going on there Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day. I can't remember what it was. But
I'm gonna make a deal with you. I'm gonna make a deal with you right now. Okay, since I've never been to the machine shop, and I live like a mile and a half from there. Sometime in the future, when it's a little safer, I don't know if I will go there now, but we'll go like a year from now or whenever.
Okay,
I want for the first time. I want to go to the machine shop with you. I'll take care of all your drinks. You pick me up. You pick me up. Is that a deal?
If I pick you up, then I got to drive after all the drinks, though, right?
We'll Uber.
We got to figure something out.
We'll Uber.
Oh, you guys get ready. I can tear it up.
I might have one. Yeah, I've got I've got some trim. I've got trim around here that can pick me up. I don't do
for 2 days.
I don't do Uber. I got stuff. I don't get rock and roll pussy like you do, but I got shit that can pick me up.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't do Uber. I don't trust Uber drivers. No offense. I know you used to do that back in the day. I don't trust them Uber
Offense
drivers.
taken.
No, I wouldn't either, man. Drive you off down to the north end and maybe take a kidney.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it, man. I mean, you could be some maniac. You know what I'm saying? He could have caught his wife cheating.
Because there has. I've heard some stories that were pretty bad about that. Yes, like somebody murdered people doing that.
Now, he used to be an Uber driver. Okay. Now I've known Dan for a long time. Dan's one of the greatest human beings that you'll ever meet. But if I got in a car and looked at him, I'll get right the fuck back out.
Just
because it looks crazy.
It was quite the opposite. Opposite.
Well,
I had never had a bad experience, or a bad impression on anyone. Anybody that ever got in the car with me thought I was great, cool, professional. Like, had so many women hit on me when I was
just going to say, there's got to be Uber driver pussy too.
I've had
maybe not
I've
like
had
groupies,
gay men hit on me as an Uber driver. That's weird as fuck, but yeah, that it happens.
God, I don't need those visuals.
Yeah,
we had a guest on here. I'm not going to say who, but we had a guest on here like a month ago. Complimented how his arms look, and you're so cute and handsome. And
thanks, Mike.
Hey.
Wow.
I said, Jesus, man, how many times you going to compliment him, man? You want to,
I was going to, Mike, with his eyes, man.
Damn, I just said his name. The guy I'm talking about, I have respect for him, but I wanted to ask him certain stuff, but he works for the school. But yeah, he does get some compliments. He had some fat sweat hog woman the other day wanted to buy him a drink at, where were we at?
At Mojo's, yeah.
Mojo's,
big, humongous woman. She said, the waitress came and said, hey, that lady down there wants to buy you a drink, pointing at him. I said, who? She said, lady with a black and white stripe, big woman, probably sugar mama.
Right.
Well, I told Dan, I said, damn, take her up on that offer, man. That'll take care of all your financial problems, man. That's your sugar mama. You know what I'm saying? You can dog them women out, man. You do whatever you want. They'll take you shopping, start your drawers and all that, all the clean, they do whatever, man. Dog them out.
All right.
I would have thanked her. I would have flirted a little bit if she bought me a drink. But yeah, Dan, Dan's more respectable.
I respectfully declined.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's bad, man.
We were done. We were done eating, done drinking. We were getting ready to go. So I was like, I'm not about leading anybody on like that. If I offered to buy a drink for a woman, and I wouldn't want her to accept without the kind of acknowledge of like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm interested in you. I wouldn't want a woman
to take a drink.
I wouldn't want a woman to take a drink from me just to take a drink, just to get a free drink. Like if you're not interested in me, don't take the drink. You know what I mean?
Being a singer is just different at a bar. Everybody bought us drinks.
She was just being nice. I mean, she didn't want to take you home. I don't think she might have.
That's not what the waitress said.
She probably did.
Oh, okay.
The waitress said she was a regular that was regularly on the prowl. So I was like, no, thank you.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't go to the bars. Okay, something else happened that night too. Me, Dan, and Ben, and I'll remind you, I just met Ben this day, and I love him already. I feel like I've known him. I feel like I've known him for 35 years. Ben's the ultimate great guy. Okay. This other gothic-looking fucking girl come walking around our table, and she was like standing there, and we're talking, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? Who's this? Dan? Is this a waitress? Who the fuck? Who is this? Ben? You know her? Who's the fucking weirdo? She's just standing there looking at her. She's got black lipstick on. She looks like Marilyn Manson. She looked like Marilyn Manson. I said, "What? Are you a waitress? Who the fuck are you?" Yeah. And then she just walked away and looked at me.
She asked about the ketchup. Remember?
Yeah.
She had like this dark purple lipstick on. And she turned and stared back at our table, and she's like, the only thing she said was like, "Oh, is that ketchup?" And we're like, what
the fuck does it look like? It's red and it says Heinz on it.
Of course.
Are you stupid or what?
We're so shocked. And she walks away. She walks away and then flips us the bird. We're like, what?
Well, flip me the bird because I'm the one who said, who the fuck is this fucking person here? And then the guy over here, lady over here, like, ooh, it flipped you off. They were looking at me. Every time I go to the bar, I go to the bar once in a great while. It never fails. Pat, if you ever go to the bar with me, you and I could be talking about like our family, having a great conversation. I just seem to just bring it out of people where they just think they can just treat me like that. So
Really?
some fat woman offered him a beer, and I get Marilyn Manson flipping me off. I didn't see it. I didn't see her flip me off. I would have said something to her, but never fails.
It was kind of the same thing. Yeah, the fat woman was buying you a drink to kind of hit on you, and she come over to, not knowing how to hit on you. Is that ketchup? She's trying to strike up some conversation and didn't know how to.
Yeah, I don't even think. I don't even think her attention wasn't on one single person. Like, she just stopped at the table and literally only asked about the ketchup bottle. And we're like, what the fuck was that? Like, why would you? Yes, that's ketchup. You can see that it's ketchup. Like, what's the point of this interaction?
Yeah, where's this going, man? But obviously she had an idea. It was going somewhere. But
yeah, that's why I don't like to go to the bars. But
that
was our experience.
Slowed me down in my talking, man. That's good. So, because once I get going, I can't stop, man.
So let's talk about some sports. What are your sports interests? You follow the Lions, Michigan? You're big into hardcore high school football, right?
Yeah. I love sports, man. That's where it all started. We all kind of grew up wanting to be Franco Harris or Lynn Swan. Well, I did anyways,
So you were a Steelers fan.
Dating yourself.
I was until I met Billy Sims at Genesee Valley Mall, and people were like, hey, you're from Michigan. Pittsburgh's out that way. So I'm like,
I was just listening.
It's been tough, though.
Speaking of music, I was just listening to the Steel Curtains theme song, Ain't No Stopping Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead. I was listening to that on the way here.
Remember another one, Bites to Death for the Lions?
Yeah.
Billy Sims?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Last night I was listening to Flash Gordon. Remember the Queen did it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, because the new Weekend song sounds like it. It's got the same hook. I'm like, what is that, man? I see the fire in your eyes. And then I'm like, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, is that Flash Gordon that I'm hearing? So because sometimes a lot of music is put together that way. Like, you'll hear a song nowadays. You've heard it before. Like, what's the one, how you gonna do it if you really don't want to dance? It must be the money. And them are exactly the same. Those are two different songs.
Yeah. Who's trying to think who sings that? That's a good song.
But they were I was like, wow, they absolutely stole that whole hook. But
taking hooks and putting other stuff around it to make it.
So get back to sports, huh? Okay, Michigan. We really haven't played anybody. I mean, we struggled really hard with Maryland last week. And
Rutgers.
I'm sorry. But now, look at quietly what Michigan State's doing over there, playing teams like Nebraska, and Florida, with the Florida State.
Miami.
Well, see, there you go. But
you're in the right area.
Exactly. There's your sport for me. So I'm like, Ben, me? So, but I mean, Michigan State's kind of doing it for real quietly, where you say we play Wisconsin. Wisconsin can't score, and we don't pass very well unless we play like a D3 team like Manchester. We do pretty good again. Oh, look at our pass game now. I'm like, come on, man. This is like the Lions, too. The Lions, everybody say, we're doing an upgrade with Goff. Like, come on, man. Stafford is a stud, man. I mean, king. Yeah.
And you're seeing that now with Stafford on the Rams, seeing what they're doing. Now, what irritates me about that
I'm so happy for him, and I hate to say that, too, but I feel bad for the kid. The kid never, ever talked shit, man. He was genuine. He got his back broke twice. He never come out and said, man, this team sucks, and I hate being here. He just kept going to work, man. And, I wanted to hate him, but you couldn't. Man, Stafford's a genuine guy, man.
And everybody dogged him out because, like, we can't win.
You got to get rid of Stafford. He's a one-quarter player. My ass, man. Nobody on the team's good but him.
Yeah. Yeah, so. But now it's irritating because now all the experts on ESPN and all the commentators, they're like, oh, Stafford's a stud, and they're picking for the Super Bowl. And
Stafford's going
Where was this love for Stafford when he was putting these numbers on a bad team? He was doing these same things on a terrible team with no pieces around him, and then you want to blame him.
And this is going to be odd, and what a perfect place to talk it. Sometimes, being a deaf guy, I really sense like people's their soul, and you start to study people's body language when things are right and wrong. And like the chick, the dark gothic chick, I would have freaked out because I would have known right away that soul was weird and that. But like when I watch things, it's just all paying attention to the details. There are games where it seems like the players, they don't try, and I hate to say that, but they're kind of like being vanilla. Like when the Lions played on Monday night against Green Bay, that first whole half. It was weird, man, because I was watching. I'm like, why did I make it block? Why are they laughing? What's going on? And then the second half, they come in and give it to us. Yeah. So I think the Detroit Lions is a lot like the masked wrestler that Hulk Hogan's got to wrestle, and he's kicking their ass in the beginning, and then finally in the end they get they lose. And I feel that sometimes. It's like a brand name. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys jerseys sell really well in Europe, so we got to make that brand better in any way we can. And that's out there far-fetched, but I feel that I sense it a lot. And I'm like, it's just weird. And it hurts me because I don't want to think that, But anyway, you guys ever get that feeling though?
Yeah, sometimes when you either have good coaching and bad players, or bad players and great coaching, right? So like the book's still out on Dan Campbell right now as a coach. But what I've seen this season so far is that we don't have a lot of talent on the team in some areas, right? Like our wide receivers are garbage. Like we don't have a good wide receiver.
Secondary.
All our wide receivers wouldn't even probably be third string on any other team.
That's right. Yep.
But we have a good offensive line, finally get a good run game.
Yep.
Defenses, I don't know where, defensive backs or whatever.
What defense? But they played last week. So,
but they have kind of kept in games, right? So like they came back against San Francisco, made it a close game.
Yep.
They played tough against Green Bay, but ultimately Green Bay kind of won out in the end.
Yep.
They played,
Hulk Hogan.
They played Baltimore tough. And if it wasn't for,
I couldn't believe that.
A terrible timeout call and a terrible defensive call, and then another screw job by the refs, not calling the delay a game.
Yep.
Right? I mean, they hung in there with the Ravens, so it's like.
Right, I expect that to be a total blowout.
They're not good, but I think the coaching it looks to me that it might be there because he's got that no quit attitude, and he's backing up kind of that talk.
He fires guys too, man. You didn't play, you're out of here. We get the next guy, So with the linebacker, with the Collins,
Jamie Collins, they released him.
Gone. Where's he at?
I don't know. I don't think he's signed with anybody.
Home Depot,
I'll give my take in a minute when you guys are done. You want my take on just NFL period?
Of course.
It was somewhere around 03, 04, 05, somewhere in that frame where my interest for the NFL period just kind of declined because all you see on TV was Terrell Owens at the time, all year round. I got sick of it. I still don't really watch the NFL because of that. I watched the Super Bowl and I watched the AFC and NFC title game. Now let's get to the Lions now. I told Dan like a month ago, I'm going to watch every Lions game this year, every minute of every game. That didn't last 9 minutes in the first game.
I got to leave the room.
I don't know. I don't know how you guys subject yourself to watching that garbage every year.
It's going to get like a wasted Sunday sometimes.
Hold on. Listen. Okay, every year. When I say every year, I'm talking about for decades, not for years. For decades.
I'm guilty. Oh, yeah, I've been watching them since
every year. Well, the coaching staff is there. Well, we need an offensive line. Well, this and this and this and that. Every year. Yeah. We're almost 50. Well, you are over 50, but we'll be 50 in a few years. It's not
too.
It's never going to change. I don't know why you subject yourself to watching the Detroit fucking Lions.
It's a loyalty, Like you watched Michigan when they were bad, right? Like
okay.
That was hard to do.
When you're loyal to your team, you don't just give up on your team.
The Detroit Lions. Okay, fair, semi-fair point. Not exactly. You can't compare the Michigan struggles to the goddamn Detroit Lions, okay? The Detroit Lions are there's no gray area here, what I'm about to say. There's no ambiguity on anything I'm about to say right now. They are by far in a class of their own. All four major sports. There's no word to describe what they are. We shouldn't even have a team. We shouldn't even have a team. They should move them to like
Fort Wayne. I've heard rumors of that. So
they need. I mean, you guys are wasting your Sunday afternoons watching that garbage, and then Lions fans talk about how they're improving and we got a new coach and new system and he's doing good over there. Well, I got confidence. So what the fuck are you watching?
Right?
How do you watch that crap? You cannot compare that to Michigan's struggles. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm just saying.
They have won one playoff game since 1957. That was so long ago, you weren't even born yet, as old as you are. You weren't even close to being born.
I think they've been to 3, haven't they?
Okay.
50 years.
They've been to the playoffs.
Wow.
No. They've been to the playoffs since 57.
With Matt Stafford.
They have won one game since 1957. Now, let me ask you a question. What are the odds I want to know what the odds are. Are you an odds
That's
person?
got to be the worst odds ever. Yeah.
Listen, what are the odds? We'll take the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm just throwing a random team out there.
Yep.
What are the odds? It's 2021. From now till the year 2092, what are the odds that they are only going to win one playoff game from now till 2092? What are the odds?
Wow.
What are the odds?
It
ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. But we did that.
We get that.
Well, Cleveland bailed you out the other year with the 0-16 team. That is the most disgusting thing. You went winless in a whole year.
Right? That's right, man. Cleveland's pretty tough, man.
Cleveland bailed you out. Now you got them to share it with. But I don't know how you subject yourself to that crap.
Don't talk too soon. Now the season's 17 games on. We could be the first team to go 0-17
with a coach that was 0-16.
Oh, it's a 17. It's 17 games.
17 games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
one more Sunday of being mad. Kicking the dog.
So okay. So what would you think of me? Right, if I said during that
you want me to be honest?
Yeah, during that time when Michigan was struggling, right? Michigan was losing, right? The what's his name?
Harbaugh?
For West Virginia.
Rich Rodriguez.
Rich Rod era. What would you said if I came up to you and said, Ray, Michigan stinks. I'm done with Michigan. I'm going to be a State fan.
Yeah.
Like, you would smack me in my face.
Dude, you know what the worst for me is? Just, I'm a Packers fan. I'm like, but you live in Burton. So it's like you get your jersey on and sit by yourself in your house and cheer them on. Like, come on, man.
If you were to do that, what you just said, if you were to do that, I would hold the door for you and wave on you. I don't. If that's your take, I don't want you in our fraternity. I don't want you in our club.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's why me, along with a lot of other Lions fans, are still Lions fans because we're loyal to the team. Yes, we haven't seen a playoff win in our lifetime, and we may never.
Oh, you've seen one. The one win was in 91.
Yes,
so
it was
in your lifetime.
I saw one playoff win in my lifetime.
Who did he beat? Green Bay?
No,
Dallas.
Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas. When Barry Sanders was turning people around.
Yeah.
Willie Green. Willie Green had a big game too.
Yeah. So it's just loyalty. Yeah, I may never see another playoff win by the Lions. I may never see a Super Bowl win by the Lions, but I'm not going to give up on my team. It's my team. I'm going to watch them every year. I'm going to have hopes, and I'm going to have dreams every season, and I'm going to watch. Yeah, I might be disappointed, but I'm going to watch.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. Okay, all right. Now, there has to be exceptions to the rule, okay? Because I think a person should be loyal to their team no matter how bad they are. I do believe that. Okay. But there has to be an exception to the rule. The Detroit Lions, I would give somebody a pass if he just picked another team. It'd be okay.
Well, as Lions fans, I always kind of have like it's the Rams, obviously, now, because it's Matt Stafford, and I just like the guy, and it hurt that he left. But he's too old for another rebuild. I get it, and I'm glad that it happened, and whatever. It wasn't working with us because the Fords own the team and they're car salespeople, and it's kind of where they're at. That's where their whole interest is, and it seems like the Lions, the tax write-off, maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll. It's starting to seem that way. They sell Mustangs. They don't, get good coaches and put it all together.
If I was an owner, if I was an owner or general manager of the Detroit Lions,
getting booed too, right? I kind of feel bad for it, but
if I ran the team, look, Ford Field is selling out. Okay, that's all I care about.
Yeah,
I could give a shit less if the team never won a game.
And
these dumbass fans still get season tickets and pay all that bit. They're there. They sell the place out.
And that's exactly.
So why get talent? You dumbasses will go to the game anyway.
They are.
Your job, okay? If you got the general manager job for the Seattle Seahawks, okay, and they were struggling, if you're selling out, why do you care what they're winning or losing or who their quarterback is or all that?
You're getting paid. You're getting your money.
Dumbass fans are showing up to every game, selling out no matter how bad they are.
Yep.
That's exactly why the Lions were so bad for so long. Yeah. Because the Fords, Mr. Ford and Martha Ford, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
That's exactly why that team was run so bad, because I think they treated it as a business, not as a football organization trying to win, right?
Remember, she got people from the company that just ran. They're going to be a football match this week. They didn't even know football, but they just ran forward.
They don't know football. They don't love football. They just own the team as a business to make money, right? Now, Sheila Ford Camp, maybe she's doing it a different way because she did bring in a team of people, Chris Spielman being one of them, and Barry Sanders to help with the personnel hires this year, all the new personnel hires. And they have put together a pretty, on paper, decent coaching staff with Dan Campbell and Anthony Lynn and the defensive coordinator.
What I don't understand? I don't mean to cut you off. Like, the Lions have never really got a real coach, not a proven coach. They take a gamble from like an assistant they did well on a team that's very good. Like, let's go get this guy when Philadelphia wins the Super Bowl. There's their defensive coordinator. We'll make that guy our head coach.
Like Matt Patricia.
Well, right, exactly. So that doesn't work, man. It's a gamble. Why gamble? You got the money. You buy a good coach, man. Go get somebody, you know. And John Gruden come out of retirement to do the Raiders.
They fired the coach, the only coach that, well, not the only coach. They fired the last coach that
Jim Caldwell
had winning seasons for them. Jim
God.
Caldwell. The dude goes 10-6. Yeah, loses in the playoffs, but goes 10-6, and you fire the guy.
And the players loved him. And
you got to start all over again.
Right.
You guys did that to Wayne Fonts too. Wayne must go. Signs in the crowd. You guys did that to him.
Yeah, because just getting to the playoffs wasn't, I guess, good enough. You know, having winning seasons all the time.
What the hell is the standard for the fucking Detroit Lions? Win titles?
Right. Sell Mustangs, man.
Right. So what would you give if I told you that we had a coach in place that for 10 years that we could have double-digit wins but lose in the first or second round of the playoffs? Would you take that over what we've had? 0-16 seasons, 2-win, 5-win seasons. I mean, I'd rather get to the playoffs at least every year and keep trying to build on that.
Wayne was taking you there quite a bit, not every year, but quite a bit. Even had an NFC championship season with the thumbs up, Micah. Let's talk about some like Wayne Fonts Detroit. Let's get off this crap now, man. That's a waste of time. We just wasted 15 fucking minutes when never going to get
like
back.
A Sunday and watching them,
hey,
same thing.
Back in the day, mid to late 80s, 90s, mid 90s, man. You know, who were some of your favorite Lions? Spielman, Benny Blades, Barry?
Yeah, absolutely. Spielman, yep. Gray, remember the returned?
Mel Gray.
Mel Gray was bad, yep.
Mel Gray.
Who else? Mitchell was
Johnny,
all right.
Johnny Morton. Let me see. Johnny Morton, Brett Perriman.
You know, Herman
we had
Moore.
A whole bunch of Herman Moore.
Herman Moore.
You know, it's funny because my son went to a football camp. It was at Ford's Field, and I dropped him off and come back, and he had an autograph. And I'm like, hey, who'd you meet? He goes, I don't know, some scout team guy, you know. And it was like, looking at 84 Herman Moore, I go, dude, you worked with Herman Moore, really? He goes, yeah. And I goes, man, he's a legend, dude. I mean, I think he's got a restaurant in there even. But he knew who he was, man. It's kind of sad. But Herman Moore was cool, man. Yeah, Perryman.
Ray Crockett.
Son didn't work out.
I used to like Ray Crockett.
Ray
Crockett used to wear the American flag bandana.
Yeah.
I used to like that. I liked those Lions back then. They didn't win shit either, but it was more exciting, I guess.
Yeah.
More exciting than this shit you guys are talking about now. All the names you guys threw up, I don't know none of them. Yeah. I couldn't name
that defense. I don't know none of them either, man. None of them.
I couldn't name two Detroit Lions right now on the current roster.
We had the worst defense last year, and we didn't do anything really to improve it. We just got a bunch of gambles, man. Some guys from Lowe's, some guys from D3s, and hey, the Flint Fury's got a couple tough-looking guys. Like, just nothing. And people are like, oh, we're going to go to playoffs. I'm like, we're not going to stop anybody. I don't think we'll win. I can't see 3 on that schedule that we're going to win because people are like, oh, a lot of people are like going to playoffs, winning it all. Some people are like 3 in this. And I'm like, I don't really see the 3, not with this team. I just didn't, because it's like because. You played defensive end? What position did you play?
I played tight end and a little bit of defensive end.
So you guys know
I played both sides of the line.
How important the edge is.
Yeah.
And so I go, and the name of the game is speed, man. You can't beat what you can't catch. So I went in and I Googled and I looked up Trey Flowers' 40 time. He ran a 5 this year, a 5 flat. A professional football player running a 5 flat. Can't middle school kid run a 5 flat? That's what we have on the edge. That's not going to stop anywhere. And that's one of our good ones we talk about. Yeah. Seriously, I looked that up. I'm like, ooh, that's rough.
Yeah,
5 flat.
Yeah, I think he's predominantly known as more of like a run-stopping end instead of a pass-rushing speed end like a Jadeveon Clowney or Myles Garrett or something like that. But they got a couple young names that are surprising. One was the reason that they were allowed to release or wanted to trade Jamie Collins was the rookie linebacker Baker.
Yeah.
I think he's out of Purdue, I think it was. If I'm not mistaken, I may be incorrect. And then Aleem McNeil. That nose tackle that they have right now, he's been great for them. So they've got a couple young pieces, but Jeff Okudah has been a disappointment to this point. He's injured, but their defensive backs, they got a decent line. Trey Flowers has been out, so they've got some young pieces. They're building the interior of the defense, but our defensive backs, our secondary still sucks. They need.
I like our first round, man. It worked out. At first, I thought, no, this ain't gonna work. People are like, oh, we're gonna play 49ers. Like, I was supposed to eat him alive. He didn't.
He handled him.
I'm like, that kid's stud, man. Yep. I said, there's no way, man.
But between college and NFL, is there any other team that you cheer for other than the team we're talking about
now?
We'll start talking
about the Lions.
Guys, it's like
no more Lions.
I went to Saginaw Valley for a little bit, Mott, Baker, everywhere, California. They just went out there, be a Chippendale. So that's pretty back then. But whoever's good, I like the year we had Corey Davis at Western Michigan. I really liked them, and Fleck was over there. Whoever seemed to be, the better contender to be playing a real game. So I'm looking at Michigan State this year. I love Michigan. That's where I'm at. But I play both sides, and I know that's probably ludicrous to say, but Michigan State.
When you're born in Michigan, you got to pick a side.
Yeah, so I went to Saginaw Valley, so they didn't count with a D2. So Yep.
You cheer for
CMU's
both?
good sometimes.
You cheer for both, Michigan and Michigan State.
I want them both to win. Yeah, and when they come down to playing each other, I want the one to win. Who's got the better chance of winning a bowl or going to the bowl? So yeah, isn't that awful?
I mean,
I got to leave right now, right? Sorry.
Well, I guess it's pretty good for Michigan college football fans that both teams so far in the season are doing well,
doing good.
Right. The big test today for Michigan, Wisconsin. I think they'll win, but Wisconsin's got a great defense. So as long as we can perform
tough at home,
on
they're
offense,
always tough at home too.
Get that play action going.
They are 1-2, but it's anytime you can get a win at Camp Randall, it's still a good victory.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of people are picking Michigan to win, though.
Let's go. Hold on. Let's get back to the Michigan State. I can't let you get away with that. Why? You cheer for both? I mean,
I do, man. Yep. Because I'll check.
Ray's
I'll be
baffled
watching
right
one
now.
and check how the other one's doing, and So, and then there's a football academy in Michigan. There's one that really stands out. It's called Sound Mind, Sound Body, and they put 11 kids or 16 kids in the NFL draft every year. A lot of the kids go to Michigan State because Curtis Blackwell used to work at Michigan State. Obviously, we know that. So I have a good connection with him. So yeah, there's a lot of Michigan kids at Michigan State, so I got love there. Where Michigan just the powerhouse, it's the brand name, it's the Hulk Hogan, it's not the masked wrestler, So
are you a wrestling fan? That's
no, I just thought the Lions.
No, that's 4 Hulk Hogan references. You a wrestling fan?
No, that was fake. No, not really.
Oh.
No, I played hockey too. So
he didn't say wrestling was fake.
Wrestling, no, man.
Not a wrestling guy.
Roll around in your underwear with another dude.
You look like you would be a wrestling fan. You certainly act like one.
No.
So Ray is a huge wrestling fan. So
sorry.
Watch your words. You said the F word. Don't say.
No, he didn't. Well, no, that's not how he meant it, though.
It's entertainment, though. I like
I know.
it. It's cool, man. I like The Rock a lot. I like Hogan back in the day, man. And it was good entertainment. I mean, I didn't think if it was real at all, And some people do, So it's the conspiracy theorists. The people that had a hard time believing there wasn't a Santa Claus in middle school. Those people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a
Really?
it's a scripted show, but they do shoot on each other once in a while in the ring.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep, they do get slammed down sometimes. They bleed for real.
Okay,
it wasn't supposed to happen.
If you're ever in Nashville, Tennessee, if you're ever at a little honky tonk bar and you meet Dr. D. David Schultz, go shake his hand and tell him that wrestling's fake.
Don't do that.
I heard about that.
Don't do that.
Oh, you heard about Dr. D?
Yeah. He'll kick your ass good for you. Yep, I've seen some stuff on YouTube.
Matter of fact, John Stossel has bigger hearing aids than you got because he slapped a hearing out of him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You might wake up on the floor.
That's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a wrestling guy.
All right. So, anyways, I cut you off and talked about Santa Claus. You were asking about state, how I could like one, or did I explain it by saying my connection to Sound Mind Somebody in that?
Okay, so the only problem I see with you being a Michigan State fan is that you might get a lot of people hey, you gotta pick a side,
For sure.
If Michigan State's doing well, you're like, oh, I'm gonna rock my Michigan State gear. If Michigan's doing well, I'm gonna rock my Michigan gear. It's like, hey man, pick a side,
Right.
Can't ride the fence like that.
Well, it's just like I said, Michigan State it's got a lot of Michigan kids that I know personally, and so there's some love there. But Michigan's my team, and it starts out every year. Michigan's my team, but I do root for the kids that I personally know at Michigan State. So that's all. And I just want to see them both do well. But it comes down to playing. I'm rooting for Michigan the whole time to beat State. I really am.
That kind of makes sense.
Better answer.
A little better.
Yeah. I can stay in the room, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Michigan will beat Ohio State this year?
I do. This is the year. So, I mean, I'm confident in it. So, you?
Why do you think that?
I don't think Ohio State's that strong this year. Usually they are. They just seem kind of weak. They've lost,
Okay.
And they didn't lose to a powerhouse.
If I were to answer that, this is what I would say. 3 years ago, 2018, the Revenge Tour season.
Yeah. Okay. Long-haired kid.
Chase Winovich. Yeah, banging Madonna's daughter at the time.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. We lost to Notre Dame by a touchdown, our opening game of the year, week 1. And then we won all the way up,
Yep.
That year, going into the Ohio State game, I'm always going to say Michigan's going to win. I'm not one of those. Well, I'm just realistic. Fuck all that realistic.
I'm that way with the Lions, though.
It ain't fun to be realistic. You're
right.
supposed to cheer for loyalty or whatever.
Well, see what he's saying.
You got to be loyal.
Why he can't be a Lions fan, though. I'm playing with you. So you got to be loyal here.
But at least I've seen a championship in my Michigan time, though. Now, 2018. I always say Michigan's going to win. 2018, I actually believed it. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, this is definitely the year. Our defense was unbelievable, okay? This final score was, 62-39, okay? After that game, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I wouldn't care if Ohio State was 0-11 going into our game. After what happened in 2018, the way that I felt for the next 3 days, I'm talking about physically.
Yeah.
Because that loss was so difficult to endure and so heartbreaking. I started to think to myself, okay, I'm in my 40s now. Is it really worth your health? Okay? Headache.
Lions is tough.
Well,
man.
no, listen, headaches, nerves, anxiety. Starting to get to the point, I don't know if it's worth getting worked up and all that. So are they going to beat the Buckeyes this year? I can't. I'll believe it when I see it because we've lost so many times to them since, let me see, from 2004 to the present day, we've beaten them one time, and that's when Luke Fickell was their interim coach. Does that really even count? So so the last time we beat them where they've had a full-time coach was in 2003, Tressel days. Okay, that was his 3rd year there. Me and my sister were at that game. We beat them, I can't remember the score. I think it was 35-21. Braylon Edwards had a good game. John Navarro with our quarterback, Chris Perry. It was back then. We're almost talking 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, gee, you keep going further and further back. We're almost going back to Woody Hayes last night. Beat these fuckers, but no, I'll believe it when I see it. So I'm hoping. Well, we'll see. What do you think, Dan?
I think they got a shot. It's just from the years of losing. You don't have a lot of hope, but I think they got a shot. Ohio State, doesn't look as strong this year. It really hurts that we lost Ronnie Bell. So, that our offensively, we don't have that go-to receiver right now.
Cornelius Johnson, really?
Well, I mean, not like Ronnie Bell, Ronnie Bell could take the cover off the defense. He's a deep threat. He's that guy that they in that first game they were hitting when they were, good on play action. So it's like, it's going to be dependent on the run game and the defense, and our ability to score and keep up with them. So
I agree with that. I'm going to have to respectfully disagree about the deep threat because I think Johnson is a good deep threat. Like my buddy said a couple weeks ago, might be a blessing not a blessing in disguise that Ronnie Bell got. You don't want to see players get hurt,
right?
But you know how it is in sports. Sometimes when somebody goes down with an injury, you'll get an unexpected
with Brady,
guy,
right? Michigan guy,
right?
Yeah.
Or look, 2004 when Mike Hart was a freshman. If David Underwood wouldn't have got injured in that Notre Dame game, might not have seen a whole lot of Michael Hart
or seen him at all. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So wait in line. It's a wait game. Man.
I'm gonna hold on. Cornelius Johnson. I gotta put him over here. That guy's a dog.
Okay.
That's my guy.
But unless another guy emerges, Ronnie Bell was looking like, at least in that first game, he was looking at that guy that when we need a completion, we're going to go to Ronnie Bell.
Yeah.
That's that guy on the team. Every team has that guy that's like if we need a completion, we're going to go to this guy.
Okay.
And
now, I'm going to ask you later on in the year. I'm going to ask you when we're going into the Ohio State game, which would be in November, a month and a half from now. I'm going to ask you again about Cornelius Johnson and what you think about him then. Guy's a dog. I like him.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
All right. Any Michigan, Wisconsin games on later today? You got anybody? Rev, you got a prediction?
Michigan's going to win. So
we got to have a score. You got to pick a score.
Oh, God. All right. Let's see. Let's go 28-14. That's it.
28-14.
Yep.
Like Lee Corso would say,
closer
touchdowns than the experts think. Okay. I think Wisconsin is a little wounded right now, but Camp Randall is still a tough place to get a W. Even take Michigan, in the last 10 years, we've had a couple dark seasons. You still got to earn your victory in the big house. So I'm taking Michigan today. And I'm going to predict the score to be 31-27.
Okay. Wow, high scoring. I'm gonna go a little lower scoring. I think Michigan can pull it out, but I think it's gonna be more of like a 24-21, 2017 game. I think not as much scoring, not a high scoring game.
One team can't score and one team struggles to pass. So I got you.
Right. I'm thinking more like 2017 or 21-20 even, or a low scoring close game.
Who does the State play today?
Who cares?
No, hang on. It's like a D3.
Well, I want to hear.
It's Bluffton or something.
Who the hell is Manchester? I thought that was a soccer team. Who the fuck is Manchester?
Manchester's a D3
United.
school down in Fort Wayne that my son goes to. That's why.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
He's 6'6", though. He's bad.
Okay, when I think of Manchester, I think of the soccer team.
And that's what comes up when you Google it. So.
Manchester United, yeah.
Yeah, Manchester United.
The Manchester looks cool. It looks like it looks a lot like Purdue, and it's right down the road from Purdue.
Okay.
A lot of the kids go to Purdue.
Okay.
It's like kind of like a JUCO. Thing. But they give me a great deal. And hey, if I can add that, if you parents got kids that are going to play college football, you can get a D3 to dance, man. You just got to, play the game with them. So they will give you a good deal. They won't, because you got a D3, it'll be like $18,000 for the year. Start talking to them if your son's a good athlete. I got the $18,000 down to about $5,000 right in there for the year.
Oh,
so
damn.
it happens. Oh yeah, it can happen. So
I'm in Fort Wayne quite a bit.
We get these grants, and then he can work in the cafeteria, and
I go to that Fort Wayne assembly plant. I do some business there, but
it's a big deal.
Last thing I'm going to say: the next time you hear, if you call wrestling fake one more time, I'll smack you.
Wrestling fake, and I stayed in Michigan. I got to get out of here, right?
Oh,
so, hey, you know what, guys? I'm gonna be playing at Hamilton Street Pub on November 5th with Tommy Two-Tone.
75309.
Yeah, we're going to do that. And
Yeah.
I've been kind of in retirement because I don't want to miss my son's games, but I couldn't turn that.
Okay, hold on. If you could say it a little slower, because I'd like to go to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk slow.
time.
November 5, Hamilton Street Pub in Saginaw.
What is it called? What's the name of the place?
Hamilton Street Pub in
Hamilton
Saginaw,
Street Pub.
November 5th.
Yeah.
It's a Friday, I think.
That's the bar they used to have 80s night. They used retro music.
Yeah, and Jedi Mind Trip would do it.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Fun place to party, man.
November 5th. Is that on a Saturday?
Friday.
It's on a Friday. Yeah.
It's on a Friday, okay.
Saturday, I got to go watch the boy play football down in
Remind
Manchester.
me like a week before that, because I'd like to go to that.
Okay. And then here's the thing, though, too. It's going to be acoustic. And I got a funk band, so we're going to have a keyboard player and an accordion. We're going to have the drummer and congas. The horns will be ambient, out loud. So that'd
nice.
be neat, man.
Okay.
I like it that way because you hear singing better. It ain't grounded out by instruments. You they have the talent out front. No, just kidding.
Yeah, is it the whole band?
Yeah, it'd be probably 8 of us. Yep.
Okay.
And
I'll be there.
he'll probably just be him playing guitar and getting all the pussy,
All right. So Rev Right Time and the first Cuzins of Funk, November 5th, Hamilton Street Pub in Saginaw.
That's right.
All right. Go check
Once
them
upon
out.
a time called Right Now.
Are you going to have any flyers or anything that I can have on my
Probably.
phone so I can keep it on my phone?
I'll find you guys on Facebook,
Yeah.
too. I'm
Okay.
Pat Ferris on Facebook, and I hate the Pat
I'm going to
part.
deny you. I'm not. There's no way I can.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Well, my daughter
I'm
actually
still
set
in
that
Facebook.
account up.
I've been in Facebook jail for 30 years over wrestling shit. Over fucking wrestling
Are you
shit.
part of I'm all them federation? I like wrestling.
Yes,
so
I'm a part of all those. I'm a part of all those
old school
groups,
stuff,
but I'm
yeah.
an old head. You know what I'm saying? And I get into it with these young kids on there, and then they, because they live in Massachusetts or Vermont or Idaho,
You
they,
school 'em.
they're 20 years old. No, they feel the need to try to insult me, and then they threaten to come over to my house and all that.
Lions fans are like that too, and Lions pages. That's hard to do. Like when we were going to win the whole season and go to the Super Bowl this year, I'm like, come on, man. Golf's an upgrade. I'm like, come on, man, stop that. So you got to tell them why, and then they get mad at you. Or you can't be hating on this page. Well, I'm going to be realistic, but realistic ain't fun, right? So,
Right.
right. But go Lions. I love the Lions, but where's our 3 wins? No.
It's going to be
Is that
tough.
your favorite team, the Lions? Because what if I said the Lions and the Packers are my favorite team? I love them. But what if I said that?
That's just like saying Michigan.
I would
Michigan
have to
State
duck. Yeah,
are my favorite
that's
teams.
why I'm asking you that. Yeah.
Right. So
Same thing.
no, stop that. Same thing. Yeah, well, just like Michigan State kids, So
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was fun, Pat. We really appreciate you being on.
Thanks for
with us
having
today.
me, man.
Yeah.
I know what to expect. That's why I kind of wanted to do it. Just wing it. So,
All right. All right.
You want to know what questions? No.
We'll make sure we have you back at the end of the football season,
All right.
the Lions Michigan season. You can come back. We can talk about all the things that went wrong, or hopefully for Michigan, all the things that went right. So
Cool, man. Cool.
all right.
Sounds
We
good.
appreciate
Pleasure to
it.
have you.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
It's good having you on.
All right.
All right, guys. Like I say every time, if you like what we do, you follow us. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Make sure you show us some support. We can keep doing what we're doing. But until next time, we will see you guys
Dan,
later.
don't forget, Dan.
Oh yeah. Benny's Beer Hall, coming soon in Millington, Michigan.
They got a good football team. Always.
All right. We'll see you guys later.